Hello, everybody. Greetings, greetings. I clicked the wrong button. That is not restream chat. In any way, shape, or form, that is not restream chat. Internet, why is you being slow? Ah, it's because I'm connecting to a server. That would be why. So, in between streams, I did a little bit of sort of resource processing and tidying up. A little bit of resource processing and tidying up. So we are in a position where hopefully we have some bits and pieces to do. So tidying up wise, I just built myself an obsidian chest. I did all the processing required to build myself an obsidian chest, but it was really, really simple. Literally all it involved was building myself... where'd I put them? Over here? Yeah, all it involved was building myself 2 of these and making myself some copper and silver, which involved those, an iron block, and 2 crystals. I also made myself a bunch of crystals and decided that, despite the fact the holders are very nice and pretty, it's actually just more efficient to have a chest next to it. Hey, Modern Wolf, welcome to the stream. How you doing? So I did a bunch of processing, made a bunch of just crystal blocks, made a bunch of each of these, but it was literally just a processing thing. I also made myself some slabs. And the reason I've done that is because at the moment, simple storage is just not working. And so we've got a few drawers set up now. So we've got arcane stone and we've got mana dust. There is actually something I want to do, which I came up with just now, actually. I'm thinking I can probably automate this system. So if I do this and I make a dispenser. So I need a dispenser. Yeah, a dispenser. Which I should be able to make. So I need cobblestone and redstone, that's fine. And then I need string and... So it's the string I'm missing. How do I get string? Just 3 leaves. Let's grab a shears. And a sapling. And let's just see if I can make string out of 3 leaves. Hey, Zachariah, welcome to the stream. Have till Friday this week for summer to start, and I can't wait for E3 to happen. E3 should be pretty cool. Now, does this allow me to make string? It does. That is a really easy way to make string in this pack. That's crazy that you can make string that easily in this pack. Considering there's a quest to make wool using a specific method. Huh. Interesting. So, let's make ourselves a dispenser with a few more sticks. That's a controller. That's a dispenser. Lovely. Now, if I put the dispenser, say, here, check to make sure it's not spawnable on top. It is not. And then give it a bucket of water. Now, while I was setting up these things, I did do a little bit of experimentation with some automation, which means I do have a few little automation things. But I'm just curious. Let's just grab a lever, I think, just to test it. I should have a lever somewhere, shouldn't I? I don't have a lever. That is weird. So I'm just going to grab a lever, and just see what happens if I just pop this water here. So it does harvest it all, and it does push it all down in this direction. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So theoretically, if I change the shape of this thing, so I could automate this. I would just need to do a few edits onto this thing. Which I admit does mean using up a bunch of mystery dust. But if I can kind of like semi-automate the production of mystery dust, then I'm not going to argue. Woohoo! Very nearly jumped off the edge of the platform then. So, we need to go to about here. Take the bucket out. So actually we can automate the production of mystery dust. We can make it a lot easier to just carry on progressing in this mod pack. Good bucket of water. What about if I do this? That progresses fine. Excellent. What about another one? Yep, that's fine. Okay. What about you? Okay. So I think that's probably that's as far as we can get. So then, if we just take this out, come up here, and making string in regrowth mod pack is a little difficult if done from the quest book. You have to do crop mutation to get cotton seeds and then turn the cotton into either string wool. Yeah, I've done the regrowth mod pack. I actually quite like the regrowth mod pack, to be fair. I actually quite enjoy regrowth as a mod. I can certainly understand why some people found regrowth very frustrating. It's probably quicker to use my obsidian pick. And I don't have to worry about the arcane stone because on this mod pack, if we use lava, we get our if we use lava, we can get our arcane stone back. So I'm just going to buzz my way along here. We're going to make it 3 wide because this thing works in a 3 wide. Not sure what just fell off the computer there. Seems like people are having a few complaints on the server, but whatever. People be complaining. That's the way human beings are. And then this is actually going to be the home of our... that's a lot thinner than I thought it was going to be. This is actually going to be the home of our hopper system. Because I can't actually afford vacuum chests at the moment. But that's fine. I don't need no stinking vacuum chest. So we can remove these. And we can use the slabs again to just recover this section at the top, just so that it's not accidentally step-upable, because I know there's a few things in this mod pack which will grant step-up as an ability. And the last thing you want to do is step up straight onto the void. I don't know if this has forgiving void in it. I'd be interested to know if this has forgiving void. Oop, no. Give me those slabs back, you scum. Now, what I could do is extend that even further if I wanted to, but I don't think there's any need to extend it further. And then that starts instantly growing, which is a great sign. Excellente. And then we need hoppers. We can get a variety of different hoppers. I think we can get like a wooden hopper. Yeah, a wooden hopper. It's a large, slow variant of the hopper, but this isn't going to be producing like ridiculously large quantities quickly. So I don't think I need to go with anything like sort of massively hyper productive, because that's just going to end up costing me a lot of iron that I don't need to spend. Oh, this is great, by the way. If I put a hopping bonsai on top of here, it fills up to whatever amount I've got set, which is great. Hey, pro player, welcome to the stream. So you can actually like split one of those chests between several hopping bonsais and have, like, for instance, if I want more wood and I do this, it will now fill up these sections with wood because it remembers them. So I just like that. That's a nice little touch. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're just going to start here and go 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. And then this is our hopper that we need to run to a storage device. But this one is currently pointing straight down. So we actually need a bunch more hoppers than I thought, but that's fine. We're just going to go like so, because of course we don't have any kind of piping at the moment. We just have hoppers. So I'll probably move this. I know this is going to spew items everywhere, but I'll probably move this over. Thank you. Let's do probably you. And then we can just run wooden hoppers from him. Probably have to break a couple of blocks so that we can see him, but that's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we can run hoppers across. And like that. And then just a backstop to stop items running into the void. There we go. And now we can just go that all flows down into here, and then that all flows through our hoppers into the drawer. I am the owner of the automated system apart from one section, which is the automation of the sort of the lever pull here. Hey, Graphemania. I'm glad is the problem with Simple Storage fixed? No, unfortunately, Pro Player, I don't think the problem with Simple Storage is fixed yet. I don't think the server got any updates overnight. I can check, but I don't think it's fixed yet. Let's grab one of you, and you and you. Oops, you and one of you. Let's just quickly test to see if it's fixed. Being last year, so now I'm only 5 minutes into this. Ah, well, if you're only 5 minutes into it, then come on, come on. No, still broken. Why you no fix everything for free? Ta-da! Okay, so we need to automate this. Now, I'm thinking I do have a redstone clock. The problem is with the redstone clock, I think the problem we're going to have is if we set it to, say, 30 seconds. Oh, it does work exactly how I want it to. Excellent, excellent, excellent. It does work. It does work the way I kind of hoped it would. And it does flow. Ooh, this is nice. And then plants grow. Only one had a chance to grow there, so we're going to have to tweak slightly. I'm going to grab back my purple nitro and rearrange it again. Just a little rearrange. Because I'm a perfectionist and all of my purple nitro must be perfect. Damn you. So I need to increase that to say, like, no, freedom. That's the freaking duration. I'm doing the wrong one. I don't want the duration that long. Duration of 60 seconds is fine. I want the delay to be longer. Right. So if we then do what? 2, 3, 4, 5. If I put you here, that should light up the top of this thing, right? Dang it. Let's see if that is far enough. So once we've got this automated out, the next sort of goal is to look into finishing off what we started in the last book, which is the Mystical Ore Puller. And the only thing we have left to do is the gravitational eddies. So that's fine. What if I break you? That is not fine. Okay, so you on the end have to be the ones there. Okay. And you go out what? If I'm directly under you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Mildly frustrating that you only go out 4, but let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and bloop, and see if that works. Not quite. Okay. Getting this stuff placed properly is one of the most frustrating things in this game, because you only have a very limited supply of it. So I can have the water running for less than that. Let's say 40 ticks. And there we go. That should be automated mystical dust, which is great. Now, as far as the mystical ore puller goes, which is what we were working on in the last episode, we've got every component we need except for these gravity blocks. And I was working on these gravity blocks. The things I needed was more heavy blocks, which I got. I just made some more heavy ore. And then the other thing I needed was obsidian, which you've all seen me get a dozen times before. So I need to make another one of these, which means I need one more of each crystal. And I actually need probably 3 more of each crystals, actually. Luckily, I spent the time to go and get all of these crystals. And someone else joined the server and put down a nether portal, by the way. And my nether portal has completely changed and moved, and I have no idea where it is or sort of what part of the nether it's in, and it's in a really awkward part of the nether. So the moonstone blocks we made, those weren't hard to make. The feathers, yeah, that's not a problem. So we made one anti-gravity block. What are we missing? We're missing another of these machine casings. And what are we missing for that? We're missing lapis and azulite. Okay, I thought we were going to have plenty of that left, but obviously not. So we need to make a raw azure block, which needs a clay block. 1, 2, 3. And we also need mysterious dust blocks. That should be doable. And then we can make ourselves some raw azure blocks. And we can pop up our obsidian and pop down the azure blocks, and that will get us the azure we need. I'm currently waiting at the moment. To hear back from my prospective employer. So it's just that and the azure and the lapis. So lapis requires a verdant core with prismarine and a shard of root. So the prismarine's in here, and the verdant core's over here, as well as the shard of root life. So we need 2 shards of root life and 2 verdant cores, because I've started making the resources in 2s. One thing I would say is that I should really build a stabilizer, but it wants me to build all the stabilizers in order in the quest book, but the stabilizers actually, like the top tier one, which is 100% stable, isn't that expensive. So I'm thinking I could probably build the top tier stabilizer. If only it could detect these while there are entities on the floor, I could use a dispenser. I wouldn't even need a block placer. I don't know if we have, like, we don't really have a decent block placer that's free. And then also we'd need a block breaker, of course. But with a stabilized core, you don't really need a block placer as such, really. Because you can actually automate that to a large extent. As you can see, the electrified servers are still as busy as always, people hopping on and off. And if you would care to share the stream, you are more than welcome to do so. So we've got the lapis, we've got the azel. And we've got one of our anti-gravity blocks. We need to make one more, two more of these, and make a second anti-gravity block. The anti-gravity blocks are like item pushers. So actually, just out of curiosity, I can't jump and... Okay. So what if I put down one of the gravity blocks? I queued that gravity block and it vanished. There it is. No, that's machine casing. I think I just deleted an anti-gravity gravity block. Okay, that's... Oh no, it was inside that one. Interesting. I'm going to have to do a little bit more experimentation on those. But there is our mystical ore puller. So we need the mystical ore puller. We need the amplifying tubes, the light collectors, the heat block, the heavy protection. And I suppose this our old platform for the Book of the Well, our old platform for what was going to be our storage platform can probably be the base of this. So other machines. Actually, let's have a look. Gravity block. Gravity block pull item entities towards them. Tray may be added to any side of the gravity block to either whitelist or blacklist items that are pulled by the gravity block. Okay. And the anti-gravity block generates a field of anti-gravity around them that will affect players, animals, monsters, and items on the ground. Players are able to travel through using shift and pointing in that direction if they want to move. Oh, so this kind of like locks things in place rather than being a... Box creates copies of blocks. Former is a machine that will create a solid stone island beneath it. Nourisher nourishes plants. Okay, interesting. Key machines, course stabilizers, precision grinders, freezers, collectors, crushing, charging, multi-block machines, ore puller. Okay, a multi-block structure that pulls ores from the well. Nothing really. The higher you build it, the faster it pulls. Requires some energy for operation. Okay, the higher you build it, the faster it pulls. That's interesting. Adding more lines equal to the lowest one, as seen in the right, will make the puller pull faster. Ah, interesting. For now, let's just visualize you like... I made this platform 4 deep. I kind of want to fix that. Because it's an uneven... that's an uneven number. So let's make you 5 deep. Because when you were going to be a storage, sort of a storage thing, I didn't want you too far reaching backwards. But now I'm wondering if, because it's a void ore puller, do I have to build it with a hole underneath? So let's pop you, say, here. No. Wait, there is a way to lock this in place, and I've completely forgotten how to lock it in place. Okay, so it's... Okay, that's not too bad. We've got you... Nope. Oh, actually, yes. It literally just kind of locked itself in place then. Huh, I didn't really want you. Which is mildly frustrating. This is... I want you to lock yourself in place, but I want you to lock yourself in place where I want you. So what I need to do is have that block there and then do that. Okay. There we go. Locked in place now. And we go one there, one there, one there, one there. The ore puller goes in the center here. Then we have the heat exchangers. And the spare tubes and the light collectors. I'm missing a tube and we need the bucket. Now I did make enough tubes, so not sure why I'm missing a tube. Why am I missing a tube? I made enough tubes. Well, that's frustrating. I'm going to have to steal a tube now. I have no idea where one of my tubes went. And there we go. And if we pop down the bucket of liquid souls, complete. Puller complete. Okay. So I'm now curious as to what will happen if I just quickly make myself a few of the stairs from this. A few arcane stairs. Just because I want to be able to sort of go up and down this thing easily. Ooh, that's frustrating. No matter where I put that, it's always going to miss a couple of bits. This may be the first island where I don't use purple nitre as my lighting source. Which means I should probably just do a very quick slap to make sure stuff doesn't spawn. I don't know if stuff even can spawn in the overworld because there is Animalia and other mods that are designed to sort of give you the ability to spawn things. So what can I make sort of like lamp-wise? Ooh, redstone lamp's quite pretty. And then I can make Thorncraft lamps. I can make a Hearthwell slab lamp. Ooh. The Hearthwell slab lamp looks interesting. Oh, that's pretty cool, actually. So... Oh, that is even cooler. That is even cooler. You can put the slab lamp on its side. So you can do things like... and have kind of like creepy Overwatch pedestals keeping an eye on everything. Okay, okay, I like that. So, ore pulling. We have finished this section of the ore pulling quest. We now need to pull ores. So, it's a multi-block structure that pulls ores. That's great. Other mechanics. Fueling, filtering, repairing. Repairing. Ooh. You can make raw repair paste. Nice. Bursting. Burst seeds are an easy way to multiply the resources you already have. After crafting one placed on the ground, the seed will slowly build up pressure and then with resources inside will eventually burst into usually 10 times more resources than one used to create it. Be careful though, because the new resources will come out flying at high speed in all directions. Ooh. So I can make a crystal burst seed. Okay, so it gives you like 80 blocks or something. Nice. It doesn't actually tell me how this thing... Like, I know I need to give it power, but it doesn't tell me where the ores come out. So, I suppose I'm going to give it power and hope for the best. Here's my power crystal. I'm going to have to build a power crystal charger, but... I think? I hope? Maybe? Potato? I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, this is one of those moments where not having any clue how the mod pack works is not an advantage. So that one's not fully charged yet. It does say, oh, there we go. It just ticked power because that one fully charged. And produced me ores. Okay, so that produced me 2 gold ore. And if we... so we can filter this. So if we add a tray beside this thing with the mystical filter, it gives us a set percentage chance of getting each thing. Okay. I mean, picking up the items is not easy. 1 second, let me grab my bag, which will make picking up the items easier. So I need to sort of figure out how the item collection system in this is going to work. Okay, so we're generating ores for power. That's cool. So the item pickup system. How am I going to figure that? Because... Hey, Brevcat! You want to die in a muffin. Okay. So the anti-gravity block allows you to push stuff, even players. And the gravity block allows you to pull items. So I wonder... So the gravity block pulls items and we can use a tray to filter it. So if I make myself a gravity block, which requires 1 of each crystal, which thankfully we have, and we'll make sure these ores don't despawn in the meantime. And actually what I'll do is I'll pick you up so that I don't waste you. Okay, so we're getting gold and iron. That's fine. I think it will give us other things as well, but 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Excellent. Golden iron is a nice little start. I'm certainly not going to argue about getting free golden iron. So my question is now, if I take some cobble and I say build a little tube like this, and get myself one of my wooden hoppers and put it here, and put my gravity block. Nope, come here. Put my gravity block here. If I was to throw an item into here, hey, Darkened Souls, welcome to the stream. No, it just kind of falls out on top of me. Having two laptops makes it easier. Yeah, having two laptops does make watching multiple things easier. That's fair. So that doesn't work the way I was kind of hoping it would. That's fine. Ooh, we got bedrock. That's nice. So what happens if I just put, like, you here? I need to put my bag of magnetism away. Ah, I think that ruins the multi-block structure. Okay. Oh, no, it doesn't. It just doesn't... I'm not really sure how we can collect these ores, then. How we can automate collection of those ores. That's interesting. Because not being able to automate the collection of the ores makes it a little bit of a struggle. What do we need to complete this quest? We need glowstone, which is Shard of Shining Dawn, and quartz, which is Shard of Born Might. How do we filter? Where do we put the filter for this? Other machines, other mechanics, filtering. Tray is a small block that's capable of holding 9 items. It may be placed in the world facing any direction, providing a simple way of storing items using a right click to insert or remove items. Tray also works as a filter for blocks like the gravity block and setter. The filter items place a tray adjacent to the block you wish to filter, then choose between the blacklist darker background and whitelist lighter background, and insert items into it. So if I was to say, like, put you here, and then it says to get glowstone we need a shard of Shining Dawn and a shard of Born Might. So we want to whitelist a shard of the Shining Dawn and a shard of Born Might. Like so. And I think that filters that. We're up to 572 already. Excellent. So we have been able to automate that, which is good. Just slightly curious. So what is the use of bedrock? Can be pulled from the void with the mystical or... Oh, we can make... Wait, what? Bedrock sword. 2,500 durability. Okay, that's interesting. Bedrock armor. 7 armor. Actually, that's really good. Bedrock and chunks. Okay. We can use it to make Grains of Infinity once we get to Ender IO. What are the use of bedrock chunks? We can make bedrock infused obsidian, which I'm assuming is witherproof obsidian. Ah, okay. I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm not thoroughly impressed with the gravity block, and I don't think Hartwell has any kind of piping. Or conveyor system. Oh, we do have a conveyor system from Cyclic. Pushes all entities, Okay, so we need floral powder, iron ingots, and clay. Okay. Now the problem is getting the items to there. Because we can't place anything. Ah, a cyclic item collector. That we can make, we just need a lot of iron. And would you believe we're getting iron from this thing? Now, the next thing we need to do is we definitely need to build a charger, because our power crystal is not got enough power in it. So if we have a look at the charger, charger, there we go. We need one of these, which requires a few more amplification tubes, which is not a problem. We'll make a few more amp tubes, which will allow us to just repair that. Throw away the broken iron pick because we don't need it anymore. This is really frustrating because you can't turn this magnet on and off. I like the fact that there is a magnet item, but you can't. The fact you can't like hold shift to not magnetize things is very frustrating. Got plenty of spare azel. We're going to burn through a lot of the resources I collected, but that's fine. So charger. We need another azure block. We need onyx. Which means we need a shard of soil fire, and then we need one of each shard. So a shard of soil fire, and then another one of those, and then one of each of these. We can make the onyx. And then we can make ourselves the machine casing we need. Now, the charger is another multi-block structure which should be automatable. The main thing we need to worry about when automating it is worrying about not really doing too much, but I think that's not going to be that much of a problem. We do have, again, the same item collection issue, but because the items pop out without, like, that one pops out in water surrounded by stuff, I think we'll have an easier time of it. When using the charger, because it just pops out on top. It's not surrounded by things. So, book-wise, for the charger, we need 12 smooth onyx and 9 moonstone and 4 mini gravity blocks. So, moonstone requires the white ones. And we're going to need a little bit more onyx. And then we're going to need one of each for the one gravity block we need to make. So, we need to make a mini gravity block, which is made from a gravity block, which we're out of a lapis again. Azel, not so sort of difficult to get, but yeah, we're going to need to make ourselves a bunch more lapis. I'm probably just going to make like 4 and use up all of these cores. Because I want lapis. Because I'm at the moment working on the machines, and working on the machines means lots and lots of machine casings which use lapis. And at the moment, our best way of getting lapis is just to sit here and... Now, as I said, I don't think having lapis in contact, or having these certain things in contact with more than... Having the catalyst block, the prismarine, in contact with more than one of these cores is a problem. I don't think that causes it to sort of get less ticks. I'm impressed I managed to kind of force place it there. Read stuff in GIF format before. Interesting. There we go. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Excellent. And there we go. That's a bunch of lapis this time. So we should be able to make ourselves one more of you. One more of you. God dang it, I'm just missing the everythings today. You. Cook up more of these. And this hasn't pulled any ores since I did this, so I'm not sure if I've put my filter in the right place. Does it really not show in the Hartwell book where you put the filter? Because there is an in-game guide, I'm just not sure if it will crash the game. It didn't. Okay, visual guide, ore puller. Yep, that's fine. I get that. I want to know where I put my filter. Okay. Graves portals. The midnight portal, the end portal. Okay, so we can actually make the portals any shape at all. That's interesting to know. And that's nice that we can make them 3 wide as well. Mod pack features, we've got brand new resources mod, in-game guide, quests, custom chat. Oh, was that? Custom crates. Gotcha. I kind of want some advice on filtering. But it doesn't seem like I have any advice on filtering. And this thing, although it gives you this on filtering, it doesn't tell you where to place the filters. Because I have a feeling if I break this, it's then going to start pulling ores again. Frustrating. No? I know that's how we make onyx, and then we need to cook the onyx down into smooth onyx. So let's make ourselves a gravity block, and that makes us 4 mini gravity blocks. And then we need the smooth onyx and the moonstone, which is 12 smooth onyx, which we're cooking, and then moonstone. I thought that was how we made it. Moonstone. Ah, wrong shard. We need shard of the shining dawn, which seems slightly weird, but okay. You, 1, 2. No, not 3. 2. 2 will do. And then we can make stone moonstone, which uses regular stone, of course, because it's a stone, not a cobble. Makes perfect sense to me. There we go. And that's our moonstone. We've got our smooth onyx on the way. And then we can set up our charger. Now, I'm curious, how much space does the charger need? I think the charger needs a 5x5. So what I could do is extend this out this way. And actually probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably build this like this. Because I know this has a big flat platform on the floor. Which is made up of onyx and moonstone. And the blood moon is rising, so we will be reasonably quick. Grab our onyx. And there we go, that's the charger built. And if we open the Hartwell book, we should be able to envision the charger. Other machines, key machines, charging, visualize. And then place this in the middle here. Onyx, smooth onyx. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we need 4 crystal blocks, which you already made ages ago. So that won't be a problem. Mad lad. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 crystal blocks. I personally find the charger to be a very pretty machine. I just find it slightly... why is this platform 6 wide there? Fine, whatever. Whatever, I thought I'd... Oh yeah, because I suppose this sticks out. And then we need to place our core and our gravity blocks. So 4 mini gravity blocks. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now, if we pop you off, we can place you into the charger, and we can charge you, as you might imagine. 665, excellent. So the automation of that is working nicely. And to charge it, what we do is we just give it these crystals, and then it gives us rock dust out the top. Okay, so that's not terrible. It can obviously draw from a stack on the floor, which is nice. It's then just a case of kind of, how do we auto-collect this stuff that's on top? And what counts and does not count as breaking this thing? So if I put a hopper there, it still works fine. So out of curiosity, if I put a hopper there, and I get my gravity... Wait, I made a spare gravity block. I didn't have to build the... I'm a derp. And I put this here. Okay, that actually works. Okay. I am thoroughly amazed that that monstrosity of a design works, but it actually does work. So if I do that, that should work to collect all of the rock dust that we get from this. So let's do you and charge this crystal even further. Ah. Right, so if I put you on there and I whitelist stone dust. What if I blacklist arcane dust? Hey, Grapas, welcome to the stream. Doesn't help that it's kind of hard for me to see items sometimes. There we go. So that's not pulling that up. So is this... Oh, is this because the crystal is full? It's not because the crystal is full. How do I get items out of you? What are you doing, Sweden? What are you up to, Sweden? Like, we're getting ores, which is great. Getting redstone, that's wonderful. So if I just break this tray and just put this back in, does it then just start working again? No, it doesn't. Huh. Is that because of the chest, maybe? It's because of the chest. Okay. So I can't have any items on this plate here. So what if I put an amplifier here, this here, this here. There's nothing touching that plate. And then put my gravity block in up here. Like so. And then filter it to accept only... I have no idea if that's going to work as a filter. Filter it using this to accept... Filter it using this to accept only stone dust. And then... Oh yeah. Put the magnet sack down. I have no idea what you're doing, but... So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm building a... I'm building a charger in the hopes of... in the hopes of being able to make a sort of self-charging device. So I want to automate the rubbish collection from the charger first. So that seems to sort of be working. No, I don't want to hopper on top of my gravity block. If I put tray, small items hold up to 9. If I filter you, I can't open that. Can't open the chest. Dang it. Yeah, so at the moment what I'm doing is I'm placing down blocks around a multi-block structure in a hope of kind of understanding how the multi-block structure works. Because the way Hearth works is, Hearth works by basically saying, okay, well, you're going to make crystals. No, that wasn't... Why are you suddenly not working the way you worked earlier and picking up the actual stuff? Currently learning how to cook with blockheads. Building the kitchen is the hardest part of cooking with blockheads, basically. It's so close to getting this to work, but so far. The mini gravity block. Let's have a quick look in the book about the mini gravity block and see if the mini gravity block works. Other machines. Gravity block. What about the mini gravity block? Key mechanics. Freezing, precision, core stabilizing, powering, crushing, dust picking. Other mechanics. Filtering, decorating, levitating. Liquid stolen is a fluid that produces an in-lamp flying tube. When placed in the world, it flows like water, but won't spread much. The special property of this fluid is that it will levitate any players submerged in it, pushing him upwards. Counters this movement by sneaking to slow down. Okay. We have the Hopper Hock, which would require me to get into runes, but it's probably the easiest thing to do because we've got like the Fatty Hopper from Smart Hoppers, which I think... I can't remember what the Fatty Hopper does. We've got the Absorption Hopper, but we need an Eye of Ender for that, and we need Ender Pearls. And to get Ender Pearls, probably our best bet is either to build a spawner, which may or may not work, or to set up some kind of... what happens if I put that up there? Still trying to get used to how gravity blocks work. So if I put the filter on here and then put the gravity block on top of the filter, maybe. So I've moved the gravity block over one. Ah, there we go. So this thing acts as a sort of a gravitational pull as well. So I need to pull it across on top. Okay, so that's working now. So now I've automated the outflow. So what I've got is I've got the gravity block 2 blocks away and 1 up. As the dust is spat out the top of the charger, it flies across towards my gravity block, lands on top of the hopper, gets sucked into the hopper and across into the chest, and I filtered it so the gravity block only absorbs what I want it to absorb. Okay. That's cool. So now I have that working, which means I think I might be able to get this one working now that I have a better idea of how gravity blocks and things work. Although using a hopper hock is probably better. We missed 1 dust there. Out of nearly a stack, we missed, what, 3 dust? Okay, that's not terrible. I mean, it would be nice if I could like power up the gravity block to be stronger, but 3 dust is not a terrible amount to miss. And that should have charged our crystal up pretty much the whole way. Yeah, well, we got 2/3 of a full crystal, which we can pop on here, and he will start giving power to our ore processor. So that's not a bad position to be starting from as far as that goes. So now I just need to figure out what I really want to do as far as progressing in the automation of ores. Because we now have ores. I can create a dropper and a timer just to feed the dust into that. So a dropper is really simple. Just going to create a dropper, which we can put, I suppose, is it there? And then a timer, I think, is a lot more expensive. What have we got timer-wise? We've got the redstone timer, but we've got clocks. We have got the hourglass from Britannia, which is actually cheaper than a clock. It just requires me to make a piece of iron into a piece of botanic iron, which, that's not difficult. And then we can make 2 glass into botanic glass, into mana glass. Then we can make ourselves a hourglass. And if we put 1 piece of sand in an hourglass, and then we can... Oh, this is doing really well. Like, I've used 128 dust and I've still got over 600. I like that. And then if we throw this in here, that works beautifully. I mean, it's noisy, but it works beautifully. I think the problem is that the hopper can only take 1 item at a time. It can't take a stack. That may be the problem. Okay, so that works fine. It's just noisy because of the dropper. Unfortunately, iron is kind of expensive at the moment, which is why I'm using wooden hoppers. But I can just turn it off by taking the sand out. That's excellent. So that was an almost full crystal as well. So what did we miss dust-wise? 4. That's not terrible. It's mainly I'm just trying to keep entities low on the server as a kindness to the fact that I'm running a server. Or not running a server, I'm on a server. Shall we do a quick rewards claim? We've got 70 rewards to claim. So there we go. We've got a Supremium Apple, Lapis Lazuli, Prismarine Shard, Redstone, Silver, Bone, Netherwort, Diamond, Copper, Metal Diamond, and another kind of copper. Okay. And a netherrack. Then we've got 5 builder's crates, 5 uncommon crates, 5 trance cubes, 10 food crates, 10 common crates, and 11 cosmetic crates. So that's not absolutely horrendous. The netherwort can come and go into this. We'll open a few of the crates, but not all of the crates. The cosmetic crates aren't important, and the chance cubes we're definitely not opening. We'll definitely open the builder's crates, the common crates, and the uncommon crates. So we've got another chisel, and another chisel. So 3 more chisels. I wish I could melt the chisels down because I have blinking wyvern chisels and vibrant chisels, but whatever. Uncommon crates give us a mini handbag from Extra Botany. Okay, it's just like a little bag that stores items. That actually might be useful for storing my tools in it. Frozen bone gears, another mini handbag, some mysterious fertilizer, and a monster ball. Throw at a living entity to capture it. Okay, so the monster ball is interesting. We can capture living entities with that. So what I can actually do is I can actually use this to store like some of my tools. Like my flint and steel, my chisel, my hoe, my wand, my crushing block. Just pop you in here. I can use it to store my Akashic Tome. Excellent. My sword, my obsidian dibber. There's actually some bits and pieces that I wouldn't mind carrying with me, like my magnet bag. But my magnet bag is sometimes a pain in the backside because it sucks up things I don't want it to. I also wouldn't mind carrying the shovel with me. I wouldn't mind carrying a little bit of spare night ore with me. But these things are all stuff that takes up space in my bags. So I now have a little handbag to carry around with me, which helps me keep all of my gear, all of my materials safe. Very cool. I appreciate that. The food ones, we've got cheesecake, brownies, mob soup, blazing soup, raw suaves, jaffa cake, lime unstable fruits, cheesecake, chocolate sprinkle cake, and blackberry pie. We'll just see if any of these stack into stuff we've already got. A couple of things did. And then we'll just throw everything else on as well. I usually eat the cakes reasonably quickly because the cakes aren't that important. And then we've got the common crates. We've got a stone paxel, which I can throw away, hardened leather, which will let me finish my leather kit, some V-shroom sporches. I have no idea what virid shroom sporches are. Okay. A wooden hopper. Hooray. Some green books. A block of prudentium essence. That's pretty nice. Some blue books. Some mystical fertilizers. Okay. Mini charcoal. And some impossibly hard wheat, which is a kind of food. Okay. So the mystical essence, the mini charcoal, the books, all useful. Prudentium essence going to be useful in the long run. We can carry the hoppers with us. What are you? You are, I think, just torches. Darkened stick and viridune powder. Yeah, you're just a kind of torch. What do you look like? Huh. You're actually a reasonably pretty torch. I might use you for lighting up part of my platform. And I can actually use this hardened leather just to quickly finish off, because it's the only thing hardened leather is really used for, my hardened leather armor. Yay! Yay! Paxel, you are a stone Paxel. You can go away. So what I can do is just open this, magnet bag out, collect all the ores, and then magnet bag away. So yeah, I'm really curious about how I filter this, because filtering it didn't seem to work. I mean, I can try again, because I do have a filter tray somewhere around here. There's my filter tray. And I can grab, because we need to finish this quest, and to finish this quest we need glowstone. So Shining Dawn and Blue, so Shining Dawn and Born Might. So I really think it is something just like that. Oh, we've got the Born Might one. So let's just see. I think it might be because it's nighttime that it's not working. We'll just have a quick snooze. It's a very interesting resource generation mod, very interesting power mod. There's some interesting automation you can do despite the fact you don't really have any automated items. So this, I think, has just broken it. Oh no. It just seemed to kind of suddenly do everything all at once. And we can make better crystals over time. We're also getting better iron ore, and we get 16 iron ore. That's actually really good considering it costs us. It's so difficult to make, and that's pretty automated. Yeah, you see, that's... Oh no, that cost 100 there. And that got us iron. Just quickly check that. Iron is Shard of the Sacred Lands 20%. Filter Shard of the Shining Dawn 8%. Okay, so it's only 8%. But then when we filter it, it makes it way more expensive. The more protection blocks you add, the faster it will pull. Yeah, that's fine. I'm kind of not able to generate enough power for it yet, so... Okay. Interesting. Hey, Ronnie, welcome to the stream. How you doing? The former is a block that will generate a stone block blocks around it under the block, like an island of stone. Okay, that's fine. We've got the precision grinder. The separator is a multi-block structure that can uncraft many items. That might be quite useful. The heat furnace, a furnace that is a multi-block structure that smelts items dropped in front of it. Push them out the back with no delay. Or consumption of materials. Doesn't consume items. Item will be... yeah, that's just the quest. The loot kit producer. Now, the loot kit producer produces loot kits in exchange for power. It doesn't seem to be changing like how many resources it generates. It just seems to be making it slightly more expensive. What are we after to finish it off? Glowstone ore. Is there any way I can... Oh, there we go. We got a glowstone ore. 2 glowstone ore, in fact. So I'm just going to take the filter off because I don't know if the filter helped, but I don't really care about glowstone ore. Because glowstone ore literally just cooks down into glowstone, and I've got over a stack of glowstone. So we've got a bunch of bedrock, which is pretty dang cool. Just to have a whole just pile of bedrock just sitting there. But we definitely want to look into the loot kit producer, because that will get us ender pearls, and if we can get ender pearls, we can then start making proper absorption hoppers and things. So it wants metal diamond blocks times 4. We can make 2. How do we make metal diamond again? It is a sentient core with a shard of the sacred gland. That's not too difficult because we have a whole bunch of sacred cores. So actually I'm going to do my usual thing of doing 4 at once, just because it's easier. Running a little bit low on shards of the sacred land, but that's not a problem. And then we are going to grab our metal diamond block. I'm going to turn the other one into ingots just because it makes it a bit easier to not accidentally. Oh, and actually that's something. I've got my magnet bag on me, so I can just stand up here and do it. How are you doing today, Ronnie? So we're working on making a loot bag, a loot orb creator. A loot orb generator will generate us loot, would you believe? Surprisingly. And loot bags will match up to certain mobs, and then will give us drops from that mob. I'm wondering if we can filter it. If we can filter the loot bag thing, because if we can filter it, then being able to basically say I want I don't know, Enderman, I want this, I want that. That'd be very useful. What have we got a lot of? We've got a ton of apples, but let's grab some mob soup. So the loot bag generator is not too bad. Smooth azurite. Requires a weathered azurite, which we get from stones around a cobblestone around a loot crystal, crystal of root life. And we're actually out of root life crystals now, so we're going to have to make some more of those. It does get a little bit expensive doing this with crystals and things, which is why I did a little bit of grinding between streams to get crystals, and I've already used them all up. So while that's cooking up, let's quickly grab some of the dust from in here and our dust picker, and we'll very quickly just see if we can't get some more root life crystals, because we're going to need one to make the machine casing anyway. There's one. And you should always try and make sure you have one of each crystal anyway, because you need one crystal of that kind to make the rod, which gives you the crystals, and just saves on the randomness of smashing gemstones. So one of you, 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 one of you. Excellent. And that should be everything we need for the loot bag manufacturer, apart from the liquid soul. The liquid soul is not too hard to get if memory serves. For a bucket of liquid soul, we want the liquid soul, which means we need a mysterious dust block. That's easy. Hey, Ryan, welcome to the stream. How you doing, dude? Yeah, it has been a little while for the droidal. Not too long, but a little while. Let's see how our dust generation is going. We are up to 664 dust, so we've sort of gotten back all the dust we spent on getting ores, which is great because we've gotten a whole bunch more ores. Good old days of Slime Rancher, exactly. The good old days of Slime Rancher. So I just need a bucket of that, and I think I do have a metal bucket. I do. And we just need to get this to transform. Come on. Transform for me. I wonder if I can speed it up by adding another couple of crystals. I think I can. I think that's kind of the principle of these crystals, is if you have 4 of them, it goes faster. Because it's sucking power from the sun. One second. Do I have enough patterns to make a sword blade pattern? I do. Sword blade pattern, and then make a sword blade out of obsidian. And we can grab some wood from our wood chest. And then we'll make a wooden hilt pattern. Just a wide guard hilt will do. We'll make a wooden hilt and a wooden tool rod. And then just quickly whack myself up an obsidian sword, which will be far stronger than the wooden sword, the stone sword I've got in here. Stone sword is 5 and this is 6.2. So it's not massively stronger, but it just means that we can have a slightly easier time killing off the pigman. The piggy man. There we go. There's our liquid soul. Apparently this allows us to float. Ah, I see. It acts like an elevator. Gotcha. So actually, we could make a quite easy elevator as well. Quite an easy elevator. Interesting. So let's quickly go and pick up all of the ores that we've generated. And we need to basically recharge our crystal already. I wonder if we have any kind of sound muffler. Because that's going to get annoying. Although we're now up to 21 iron. So the question is, can we crush this with the crushing stone to... we can grind it in the grindstone to make 12 iron nuggets. So we get slightly more, but we need a diamond grinding wheel for that. We can make a tinker's smelter at some point. Apparently we can throw it in with a dimension catalyst to make it into that. Crucible. There is an ore crusher from Tinker.io, which requires Manulian hammerheads. Okay, okay, that's interesting. Oh yeah, I have the vacuum bag thing on me. Vacuum bag, go away. So we now have the loot kit producer. Interesting. So the loot kit producer is a device that produces loot kits. I'm wondering how much power it uses. Does the Hartwell book tell us anything about the loot kit producer? Key machines. Collecting light, crushing, amplifying, charging, freezing, precision grinding. No. Other mods. Loot kit producer. Loot kit producer creates loot kits that, when left alone in the floor or right-clicked, hatch into various precious mob loots. The loot kit producer will spawn loot kits directly above it randomly and requires a large amount of energy. It may be turned off, providing a redstone signal. If you need something specific loot, you can always craft the mob-specific loot kits, which will hatch into the mob-specific loot. So we can craft mob-specific loot kits. They're just quite expensive. And the base loot kits are produced in the loot kit producer. Okay. Okay, so we can craft them, which is good. Smooth azurite, is there anything we can do with you other than make loot kit producers? No. So you're basically just a decorative block now. So 24 went too far. Okay. So I'm probably going to need to move you slightly that way so you're spitting a little bit closer. So this crystal has a limited range. Now the thing is, I'm not sure how you automate crystals filling up. How you automate the recharge process of crystals other than just kind of like sort of throwing the crystal basically. So this has a range of 8, so we're going to move it over here so it doesn't accidentally power that, and we're just going to pop down the loot kit producer, and we're just going to see what happens. So 1320. So we'll see what happens with you. 1320. Okay. In the meantime, quest-wise, where are we? We've done everything in the Nether apart from wither skeletons. We're well on our way to doing most of the stuff in this. It's just resource generation now. It's interesting that things like endstone we can produce an endstone seed for. It doesn't have any kind of interface in it, so... Botania we're headed down into. We're generating mana at the moment, because to move on with Botania we need to start making runes, which means we need a runic altar, which means we need to turn one of our diamonds into a mana diamond. Now, do we have enough mana to... We do have enough mana to make a mana diamond, which is excellent. And do we have enough... We do have enough to make a runic altar. We can make our runic altar, which is A+. So for now, we've got the runic altar. We've got some mana being generated very slowly. This doesn't seem to have done anything. Let's move you over, like, here. Ah, there we go. Okay, so it used 25 to make me a base loot kit. I'm just wondering if I have to craft. Okay, so that got me rotten flesh. So I'm just wondering if it just gives me random loot to begin with. It does say if it's left on the ground as well. What's your goal at the moment? My goal at the moment is to basically try and figure out how to generate resources automatically with Hearthwell. Do I have to be standing next to it? Kind of produced me 2 loot kits. Okay, so this is producing like random mobs. So we had a zombie and then we had a spider from that loot kit. So I want to kind of produce a bunch of loot kits, but I'm not sure how to automate or how to get this running properly. It says I can turn it off with a lever. Give me loot kits. The Hearthwell mod does need a little bit more kind of clarification on exactly what you need to do to get certain bits of it working. Okay, so there was another one. And again, I think it cost me 25. So then, if I want to turn this into an Enderman one, which Wither, Slime, Skeleton, Shulker, Ghast, Enderman. I need 2 shards of Soil Fire and 2 shards of Living World. See, the shards aren't that expensive. 2 shards of Soil Fire and 2 shards of Living World. Okay. And you can just produce shards. So, Blaze, Creeper, Enderman. So if I make it into an Enderman loot kit and go bloop, I get 3 Ender Pearls from that. That's not terrible. And Bone from the general one. So it's weird how this just seems to very, very sporadically, but okay. So I then need a Blaze one so that I can get Blaze Powder, although I have a Blaze Rod there, so I can get Blaze Powder like that. And then the Eye of Ender can be used to make myself an Absorption Hopper, which I have to get 1 more Obsidian, and I need the actual hopper. So the Obsidian, easy enough, we just grab our cobblestone out of here. And getting a hopper is now not too bad because, of course, we can use our iron ore, which we are generating from our ore puller, to cook up into iron. Interesting. And that gave me a gas tier. So they can do the high tier mobs as well. So I just got a gas tier for 25 energy. That's really very good. That's really very good indeed. I just need to figure out how to like automate power generation in many ways. Powering. So we can make a better power crystal. So the total power contained may be charged. So basically, power is determined by the power nucleus. I used a mist rod, but you can also use a snowball, light, blaze rod, a catalyst. I'm assuming the catalyst is going to be the better one. The power relays, I used moonstone, but you can also use all sorts of other things, and that's determined by the purity determined by the amount of power wasted in air transmission. So the screens are what determines purity, power relay is what determines distance, and then the core is what determines how much power it contains. And the catalyst crystals, I think, are probably going to be the best one for that. Another spider. Okay. Let's get my obsidian dibber out. Pop the obsidian off. Set a bit more obsidian going because I do need it to repair my tools. We can very quickly just cobble together a hopper. I was asking, how is he getting crystals in Minecraft? Modded, my little brother friend. Modded. At the moment, these crystals are generated by using this powder that I have in here. And I put it in the table, and I hit the table with a wand, and that generates me the crystals. Gunpowder, so that was a creeper one. So yeah, the base loot kit's just randomly a random mob. That's really very good. Where's my iron? There's my iron. And we can make ourselves a hopper. And then we can make ourselves an absorption hopper. Like so. And the absorption hopper can go, has a range of 7 by 7 by 7. So if we put the absorption hopper like, I need some arcane stone. That's something I should carry on me, is a bit of arcane stone for building purposes. If we were to put this up here, there we go, a little bit of server lag. Put this up here. then theoretically, if we powered our ore generator, Unos Momentos Crystal, I just need you to go onto the ore generator for a moment. Then this should absorb anything the ore generator produces. And it has. It's absorbed a coal. So we can now basically automate the collection of ores so we're not spitting ores everywhere. And I suppose, to be honest, at the moment I can just, whack this within range of that and have it produce loot crates and have those sucked up as well. So, okay, so we've now also got ender pearls, which will allow us to progress somewhat. We actually opened Ender.io at some point, which I think was the ore miner. So we can actually start looking at some of the stuff in Ender.io. It does want us to get Grains of Infinity, which isn't too hard. And then it wants us to make a bedrock pickaxe. And then it's got all the different tools and things from Ender.io. Tools and machines from Ender.io. But I think... Let's have a look at the basic capacitor. How hard are you to make? Okay, you're the same price that's usual. It's gold, copper, and Grains of Infinity. That's not too bad. Animus wants us to make a sledgehammer so that we can start creating spawners. An empty summoner. So Animus allows us to basically summon mobs for something. Mistcraft allows us to make crafting seeds. Okay. Simple storage we've gotten into but doesn't really work for us at the moment. This requires the natural altar, which requires us to get into Nature's Aura, which I haven't done before. Brilliant fiber from Nature's Aura. Because I'm wondering if some of the devices from things like Nature's Aura and things like that won't help us significantly in automating some of the stuff that we want to automate. Need mana powder. Because a lot of the stuff we want to automate, we require things like hopper hocks, or there's lots of stuff we can use but don't have access to at the moment. Lots of stuff we could use but don't have access to at the moment. Need some leaves. Can I just use normal leaves, or do I need the special mystical leaves? No, I can just use normal leaves. So brilliant fiber. It says Book of Nature was completed. But I don't have a Book of Nature. I can get a Book of Nature by a 2 paper, a leather, and some pistachio. And leather we can get from a block of hide skin, which we can get from wool, a verdant core, and a shard of Morningstar. I think we have wool. We do. A verdant core and a shining Morningstar. That's fine. We'll get some leather like this for now. So we'll get ourselves a book from this mod, and it'll be quite interesting just to figure it out. Man, making food with cooking with block segments is weirdly fun. It is a lot of fun. If you have the kitchen, it's very, very efficient if you set up the full kitchen. You can have multiple fridges set up on the kitchen. And you also, I don't know if you know this, you can dye your kitchen. So if you have just the basic Minecraft dyes, so lapis, red dye, yellow dye, purple, blue, magenta, etc., you can dye your kitchen counters and things. So you can make your kitchen different colours. Which I personally think is pretty dang cool. Let's have a look how you are doing. So you've got ores and you've got three more loot kits, base loot kits. Boop, boop, boop. Let's see what we get. Nothing because server lag. Oop. Okay, I appear to have gotten a bone from 3 loot kits because server. Ah, well. So we need some paper, which means we need 3 of you. 3, not 2. I've got the entire kitchen. Is dope! Kitchen is dope. So this is the Book of Nature, which is another mod I've never looked into. I've never seen Nature's Aura as a mod before. Aura is a complicated matter, and creating, collecting, and making use of it can be difficult. The Book of Natural Aura contains all the information you need. Okay, so there's a progress in this mod pack. Aura conceptually. Contrary to popular belief, Aura isn't stored in a single floating node, but rather it's present everywhere in the world. While touching it is impossible, making use of it certainly is not. When Aura is used right, it can be assist in production, creation, harnessing of the world's components. Making use of it wrongly, specifically draining it completely from an area, will face the culprit with diminishing returns, while also Aura is plentiful and useful. Abuse will certainly be ill-advised. In addition, things to note that based on the world you are in, specifically the dimension, different types of Aura will be present, making some mechanics work unlike as expected. Okay. Magical botany. As many readers are aware, there's several branches to botany, the study of plants. Lots of plants have different focus, especially magical botany. Okay, so I'm assuming that's the botany enhancement. Baubles. Okay, so it has baubles. Got you. Natural practices. Brilliant trees. To get into first contact with substance power, one's required to create a brilliant tree that will then, when harvested, shed gold leaves. A delicate yet powerful material to create such a tree. Simply craft it with a brilliant fibre. So craft a bit of brilliant fibre, place it on the crown of a tree, and in time it will then bring brilliance. Craft a bit of brilliant fibre and place it into the crown of a tree. Okay. So we need to grow a tree then. Not a problem. And we're down to 220 on our pylon. But we do have a bunch of loot kits. Ah, rotten flesh went in there. Now, apparently if I place this like so. Ah, so it's kind of like ex nihilo infestation. It's kind of like slowly changing the colour of that leaf. Okay. That was a skeleton. Yeah, it's weird. It seems if you've got multiple loot kits in your inventory, it only gives you one. It's weird. It only seems to let me pick up one loot kit at a time. Yeah, the loot kits are a little buggy. But oh well. So we've got diamond ore, we've got some glowstone, gold, coal, iron, redstone, and bedrock again. I kind of want it not to give me bedrock because I've got enough bedrock for now. But okay, that's fine. So this chapter complete. So we've got onto gold leaf, and then onto wooden stands, disruption catalyst. So this looks like it's kind of like a variant of Botania almost. It's got baubles, it's got messing with plants. It seems like a slight variant of Botania. What about the base crafting seeds? As we just try and open up all the different mods and look how we're going to be getting into them. This requires mana powder and seeds. That's not terrible. So base crafting seeds and then tier 1 infernium seeds. Is that tier 1 crafting seeds? No, that's infernium seeds. Okay. Which I can't seem to make, but okay. Let's just try making a tier 1 crafting seed. So that got us tier 1 crafting seeds, which is down here. And then we can make stone, dirt, wood, nature, water, ice, and zombie seeds. That's not terrible, actually. It gives us a lot of options seed-wise. And we can actually make infernium essence as well. We can craft infernium essence. That's interesting. That's actually very interesting. So yeah, the infernium seeds are made with regular seeds. So we can actually start down the line of mystical agricraft pretty quickly. I mean, dirt, wood, and stone seeds, not going to be the most crazy thing in the world to have dirt, wood, and stone seeds. but possibly useful. Is it literally just giving me the one set of leaves? Because it says it will spread its brilliance, but I can't see it spreading anywhere. Gold leaf is... So, go back a bit. Brilliant trees. To get into first contact substance required to create a brilliant tree that will harvest shed golden leaves, a delicate yet powerful material. To create such a tree, simply craft a bit of brilliant fibre and place it into the crown of a tree. Time will then bring brilliance. Gold leaf once harvested, you craft gold powder, which can be placed on the ground as an integral part of the ritual of the forest. Okay, you don't appear to be spreading your brilliance at all, but it says time will bring brilliance, so I suppose we just give it time. And we are officially out of power in our power crystal again. So if we're up to 660 in our dust, that means we are breaking even with dust. We're at 720, so we're better than breaking even. That surprises me. Where'd my power crystal go? It went into that. Okay, weird. This is oddly kind of like instantaneous now. Ooh, I wonder if this is too far. This is too close. Let's try it there. And see if we can use the auto charger from that distance. Because if we're going to get into Mystical Agricraft, I'm definitely going to have to bump up. Yeah, that works fine. If we're going to get into Mystical Agricraft, I'm definitely going to have to bump up the size of my platform significantly. I might even actually have to sort of gather some Arcane Stone, because I'm running a little short on Arcane Stone. Not like desperately short, but a little short on Arcane Stone. If we're going to be growing a giant platform to build Agricraft, Mystical Agricraft. Dark Souls is about to start a farm. Whoop! Farm boy! Okay, so... yeah, that's just powering up my crystal. Ore-wise, we've got a bunch of ores, but I kind of want to see if I can wait until I can grind them, or at least double them in some way. I mean, the Astral Sorcery grinder has an 85% chance to double the output. And it's not hard to make. It's marble, wood, and sticks, but it needs a luminous crafting bench, which requires ingots of the sky, which is from offerings to the god, which is from nature's aura. Okay, interesting. What else do we have for doubling? The melter, but we'd need to get into nature's aura for that as well. The grinder doesn't even double, it kind of adds like 20%. And then the sag mill as well. I tell you what, let's make ourselves a little platform on which to kind of expand our... well, let's expand our Britannia platform out. No. Focus, droid. Focus. We're thinking about starting up something like Mistcraft. So let's come over here. And I tell you what, as we are thinking of starting Mistcraft, and there is a midnight thing where we can get those green torches, let's think about maybe doing a Mistcraft platform with green torches on it. I know there's the ticking in the background. I'll probably actually go into my music and sound options and turn down block sounds, which should reduce that noise level slightly. Yeah, just have that ticking away in the background. And then just widen this out a little bit. Give it a little bit of shape. I mean, my island's not exactly pretty. Hey, Buller. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, dude? I said hello, boy. Hey, Salnexia. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? So Salnexia, I've got a bit of automate. I got a bit of automation there, boy. No, you haven't, because I don't have any way for you to donate. Thank you very much for lying, but no. Sorry. I'm sure the lie was well intentioned, but yeah. I don't have any way for anyone to donate, so I believe the expression is nice try, nice guy. Do I have any arcane stone left? I am out of arcane stone. Ooh. Okay, so what I need is I need my bucket. I'm actually going to need to set myself up an arcane stone farm, which I suppose we've just created a platform over here. Actually, no, I'll just set one up over here. That's fine. Why did I build my island out of arcane stone? It's very simple, actually. I built my island out of... You haven't donated, dude. I don't have a donation link. It's very, very funny of you to, like, do the whole, like, I've donated, but I haven't. Like, it's actually kind of an arsehole thing. It's not funny at all. Basically, you're messing with people in the respect of certain people's livelihoods. Thankfully, not my livelihood, because, like, I don't stream as part of my livelihood. But some people do, and like, messing with people when it's their livelihood is kind of a douche move. So I need one Kublai. I have no idea where all my amplification tubes have gone. For some reason, my amplification tubes have vanished. That's... Did I destroy all my... No, like, you mine amplification tubes and they pop off. Where have they all gone? I didn't put them in a chest or anything. Well, that's frustrating. They appear to have broken. Which they shouldn't, but whatever. Luckily, they're not ridiculously expensive. And then I just need to update this one. And there we go. We now have an infinite arcane stone mine. Now I wonder if I can make a block breaker. We have a block breaker from Open Blocks, which requires a Manuelian pick. And we've got an iron pick from Tinkers. So I'd need to melt down Tinker ore to do that. Okay. Ooh, that one. Lapis. So the controlled miner is actually, although it it requires magma, that's actually not too bad, because I can actually go and get magma from the nether. Obsidian, lapis, observer, diamond. Okay. Strangely enough, the controlled miner seems to be a little bit easier than the uncontrolled miner. But, okay. Whatever's clever. Why arcane stone? Because of this. You see? Arcane stone. Rather than Kublai. The mod pack starts you with like 18 stacks of arcane stone. And then it then gives you like infinite access to arcane stone. So arcane stone in this mod pack is basically the Kublai of the mod pack. Which gives the Sky Island its own unique aesthetic, I would say. has its own unique style. That'll light that up so nothing spawns while I'm away. I'll grab some food and we'll see if we can go and get some magma blocks. Now I wonder, can I slash set home? Yeah, I can set home, so I can teleport home if I need to. That's fine. I should also probably redesign my end portal, considering I can make it whatever shape I want. I didn't realize I could make it whatever shape I wanted. It's like, okay, that's pretty dang cool. So let's see if we can... Oop. Let's see if we can find some magma blocks somewhere. Not a fan of the screaming sounds, but... I think the screaming sound is because, like, creatures get caught on screaming creatures get caught on cactuses. I think it's the souls, actually. Ooh, that's a Thorncraft Crimson Portal. Not going near one of them in the nether. Not a freaking chance. See, I don't know why I'd bother spending resources on glowstone, considering we have access to a normal nether, but... hate everything about Thorncraft. I don't hate everything about Thorncraft, I just find certain elements and certain things about Thorncraft to be extremely frustrating. I am looking for magma blocks, which usually means getting low down in the nether. Usually in the nether, the lower you get, the more likely you are to find magma blocks. Hey, Salnexia, welcome to the server. By the way, guys, anyone watching, it is a public server run by the very kind and generous Mr. Friedbees. There's some magma blocks. And they're, of course, out on an island. That's fine. Because at least I know we are roughly the right height for magma blocks now. Cave root. From quark. Interesting. So if I head in this direction... In Enigmatica, I can't walk 5 blocks without seeing a... yes. It does depend very much on the mod pack you're in. There we go. Again, I think something just walked into a cactus. So there we go. We have gotten a bunch of magma blocks, which means that combined with some iron, which is just going to cost us mystical dust, which we've automated. So yeah, we've automated mystical dust now. And because we've automated mystical dust, all we need to do is look into automating the charging mechanic. The mechanic that actually, like, charges up. That actually charges up our crystal. And if we can properly automate that, then literally we can automate ore production. That's great. This is actually not that hard to automate things in. Not that hard at all. Oh, the controlled miner needs RF though, doesn't it? Yeah, the controlled miner needs RF, so there's actually no point in me building a controlled miner because I need to power it with RF. Give tool, set its height and range, can either whitelist or blacklist what it will and won't break. I think it needs RF to break things. How expensive is it other than that? Actually not expensive. It's expensive in lapis, but lapis isn't too hard to make. So what we'll do is we'll use our last 2 verdant cores to make some lapis. And we'll make one and we'll see, because I seem to remember that it requires... oh, it is spreading. The gold leaf is spreading. I seem to remember it does require power to run. And if it does require power to run, that's a little bit of a sticking point for us, because we don't really have a reliable source of power yet. Speaking of which, shush. I'm sure you have completed your task. So we're up to 1,765 on you. So we pop you here, you will charge these 2 machines, and that will start generating materials for us. So we don't get lapis from that, I don't think. I don't think the ore miner gives us lapis blocks. Gold. Oh no, it does give us lapis lazuli ore. That's interesting. We do have a way of automating lava, but no real way of automating the pick. Actually, no, we could automate the pickup of lava with a with a dropper. But then it would pick it up into bucket form. We'd need some kind of pump. There's planar artifice. An auxiliary pump. Okay, there's some interesting add-on. Like, this is the thing I like about this mod pack. It's got add-on mods that I've never heard of before. Add-on mods that, like, I have no idea what they do. Which is fascinating to me. And also full mods that I have no idea what they do. So, miner. Let's see. We just need the observer. I think I have built an observer because I was building some redstone circuitry earlier to see if I could do anything interesting. So, do you need power? Yeah, he needs power. Dang. This is Mystical Skies, as it says in the instructables. Miner's Vision, Miner's Torch, Block Miner. So, I'm not sure if this doesn't require it, but I still need to get into Liquid Tinkers. Which means I need to get down to the Nature's Altar. Let's see. If I grab some of this arcane stone... Where did I put my stack of arcane stone? I had a whole bunch of arcane stone at some point. I think I used it all. What brings you here to my shitty abode? Don't underplay yourself, Darken. I'm sure your abode is not shitty. Gold leaf. So I'm assuming this is like an infestation, so it just spreads from the point onwards. So gold leaf, and then we want to get it into a wooden stand. Okay. If you saw my base, you would think it was ugly ass. Dude, you are talking to someone whose entire history of building bases in Minecraft in Skyblocks is to build a big flat cobblestone platform. That is my entire history of building bases in Skyblocks. Is big flat cobblestone platforms. Ritual of the Forest. When starting out as a magical botanist, it proves beneficial to use the powers of nature on a more direct level, delving directly into ore itself. The Ritual of the Forest uses properties of gold powder to incorporate the power of natural ingredients directly into fresh growing trees, devouring it in the process, but at the same time transforming it into useful tools and items. Structure ritual: once one has to place gold powder in the configuration shown on the next page with some wooden stands around that will hold the ingredients. Then a collect sapling must be placed in the middle to land either through some kind of fertilizer or through inevitable time. It will growth will result in the ritual starting. Oh, this is a big ritual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need 8 of the platforms. Flat cobblestone for days. Okay, so we need wooden stands. Oh, and we need a bunch of... Okay, so we need way more gold leaf to start this. Okay. And we need a big old platform. Big old platform. Big old dirty boy platform. I'm trying to slowly improve my sort of like giant flat cobblestone monstrosity platform design by just slowly kind of working on... Actually, one thing I can do to make sure I always get the arcane stone is bring this thing so it sucks the items towards me. One of the things I'm trying to work on is trying to basically make these like segmented platforms. So I have like a segment here, a segment here, a segment here. Just design it a little bit. But so fingers crossed. If we have a look at that ritual again, it's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 9 block ritual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So I'm actually building a platform that's roughly the right size for the ritual we need to do. Which is freaking massive, by the way. Good thing I started work on a big platform, I suppose. But yeah, as we can actually shrink this down, I am going to. We do not need a full-size nether portal, which is an interesting thing. Like, you can do a little teeny tiny nether portal in this one. Or you can do a horizontal nether portal, which, again, interesting, just not something I'm particularly interested in doing. So I'm wondering if this is what I think it is. Can I just put 1 cobble there, put muffler, arcane stone, or 1 obsidian, sorry. Obsidian, obsidian, obsidian. Obsidian, obsidian, obsidian. And then... And will that work as a portal? According to the little book thing, it should. So if we get out our flint and steel, I should just be able to... Yeah! Cool! We have a little portal. Nice. How goes our absorption? That's not too bad. We've got glowstone, emerald, gold, redstone, coal, bedrock, and iron. I might want to blacklist coal. Coal is shard of soil. Fire. So we're getting a lot of coal, and we don't really need all that much of it. So if I get my filter and a shard of soil fire, if I get my filter, because I swear we did get the filter working at one point. Shard of soil fire. I think if you put the filter there, blacklist soil fire, I think that will work to... Interesting. Very, very interesting. So we've automated a few processes today, and we've kind of semi-automated ore generation. At least we've automated ore generation as far as certain things go. I do want to see about making a higher level crystal. And that's one of the things we'll definitely look into. And this is going to be... yes, we need to... Because if I press F7, yeah, that's no good. So... that's fine. And then we need a torch. And we can make a bunch more of lighted and mimic blocks. Nice. Cobblestone, a torch lever. Interesting. A builder's guide and an enhanced builder's guide. That allows for easy building. Bottled flame. Interesting. A throwable torch. Jack-o'-lanterns. Okay, so there's a few different sorts of lighting we can do with that, and I'm just throwing these down just to stop anything from spawning for now. I'm not actually that fussed about this particular platform being lit neatly at the moment. Just growing it out and setting that up. So one thing I might want to do now, because there seems to be a lot of waiting, we've got to wait for these to spread. I'm using the slab lamps. It's heavy metal and torches. Because I kind of like only have 3 of the purple things left. And it's very hard to get stuff. No, it's still giving me coal. That is set to black, isn't it? Yeah, it's set to blacklist. I don't want coal. Damn you. You are a waste of my power, coal. So what I will probably do between episodes is I'll probably mine up a bunch of arcane stone and get that going. But in the meantime, I'm definitely going to throw down some more wood for this guy to burn up for mana, and look into making a more powerful crystal. I think that's what we'll do before we leave. If I get 2 of each of these, which leaves us a little bit low on crystals, but that's fine. And we make ourselves a catalyst, or a pair of catalysts. And the Hartwell book explains that we can use power catalyst, and that seems to be like the one that's at the end of the list. Like go snowball, diamond, mist rod, blaze rod, light, and then catalyst. We can use endstone. We can use... I think I'm going to go with moonstone again. And then I'm just going to go with the crystal blocks because we've got plenty of those left. So if I look up power crystal, it's catalyst in the center, moonstone. So yeah, it's catalyst in the center, and then moonstone, and then crystals. Now can we check its thing? So yeah, it's 1900 power like that. So what if we use a diamond instead? 1995. The diamond is actually slightly better. And we can, if I make 2 blocks of lapis, like so, I believe we can put lapis at the top and bottom as well. That gives us a range of 9 as opposed to a range of 10 with the moonstone crystal. Purity of only 72% though. That's the problem. The purity will reduce the power efficiency. So although we have an extra 95% or 95 power storage, if we use that, we've got an extra, what, 17% purity, so we're losing 17% less power over distance. And then we've got 8 range versus 7 range if we do that. What other cores can we use? We can use the light globes as a core. We've got a few of those hovering around. Let's try that. What does that do? That reduces the range, keeps the purity up, reduces the range, and gives us slightly better storage than diamond. Slightly better storage. So what else can we use in... We can use packed ice. So that's power screen. Screen is glass, scorched glass, crystal block, nether crystal block, or packed ice. Ooh. I wonder. Nether crystal block. Do I have enough crystal blocks to compare the two? I do. So I come over here and I throw 6 crystal blocks through here. Oh, they've gone into the nether because they didn't transform. That's the slight problem. I thought they'd transform, but obviously not. I like that whoever built this nether portal has created a little kind of... There we go. We picked them up. Has created a little kind of like protective barrier around it. Because mine didn't have a protective barrier around it. Mine was just a random nether portal. So I am kind of piggybacking on someone else's. So how do I make nether crystal blocks? Can I just turn you into a block? Yeah, nether crystal block. Okay, so I need to take 6 of you and make you into crystals. And then we're just going to throw them through the portal. There we go. And then we can make 6 blocks. So let's just have a little look-see at the difference. So that's an 83% purity, 2030 power, and 7 range. If we use nether crystals for the screen, so 2080, 89%. So it's still 89% purity, got less storage capacity and better range. Okay. So what happens if I flop that out for lapis? Oh, the purity plummets like a stone, but it has some more storage. Oh, terrible, terrible purity. That purity is kind of scary. That I can knock the purity down that low. So if I just do that one, 69% purity, 2100. 83% purity, 2700. 83% purity, 2000. So that one, 2075 with 83% purity, only 5 range, but that just means you just put it down next to a machine. I don't think there's any way to like wirelessly charge these things. So I actually think I'm going to make one of those. Because that actually seems, in my opinion, to be like a really good crystal. It just needs time to... Just need to charge it, really. So I pop you in there. I'm just going to have to use up a bunch of stuff. So it was at 500 and it's 2000. So I want 150. So I want to take about 40 off this. And grab a sand from somewhere. And we'll just automate a little ticker ticking away. I mean, this means that we can swap between the two. We can swap between this and this effectively. Again, it's generating us a bunch of coal, and I really wish it wouldn't. I really don't want all this coal. Because coal doesn't really have a use for me. And even though I've filtered it, I think I've filtered it. I can't see any other way to filter it. Coal doesn't really have a massive number of uses. I mean, we can make dark glass with it. We can burn it for fuel, of course. But we can use it to make bronze ingots, smoky quartz, Psi metal. Oh, we've got psi in this. Nice. Furnace feeding hoppers and fuel, solid fuel. I mean, there's a few nice things we can make, but... Hey, Six Tie. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? Hey, Six Tie the Mew has moved into the SSD. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm surprised that was so quiet. I'm sorry. Thank you for joining the SSD. Please try to remember as much as you can while you're here. So yeah, some of our automation is, or our partial automation is ticking away nicely. I do love this bit. This is just nice, neat, tidy, automated. I like it. We're just kind of at that point where we've got to wait for a bunch of things. Looking for someone that's playing packs. Well, I certainly play packs. I'm not good at them, but I certainly play packs. Not PAX East, you understand. PAX West. No, I'm certainly playing a few mod packs at the moment. So, if we do this... 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need 2 more of those. So we can grab 2 more of those. And then we can think about kind of like how the layout would be on this. Again, we need more arcane stone because we need to expand the platform. But we're doing okay. I don't think there is a block breaker in Mystic Craft, is there? There's a block setter. There's a block boxer. There's a freezer. There's a former. There's a precision grinder. There's a separator. No, I don't think there's any block, like, placer in Mr. Craft, or block breaker in Mr. Craft. In Hearthwell. I don't think there is in Endryo as well, is there? Is there a miner in Endryo? I don't think there is a miner in Endryo. Get your rewards before I have an aneurysm. Fine. There you go. So our rewards include all the different ores. A magma block. And then 6 builder's chests, a random crest, a leather, and 2 uncommon chests. Well, the chance cube is going in the freaking thing. Uncommon chests include a lens pouch, which is actually quite useful, and a watering can from Pickle Tweaks. Okay, fair dues. Like, I'll take a watering can from Pickle Tweaks. I have a watering can. Like, that's going to be great when I get into Mystical Agrocraft. And a lens pouch from Stormcraft. Actually, the lens pouch can go in my bag of many things. And then we have 6 builder's crates. Dark and Soul. Play equivalent. I'm playing equivalent skies right now. Yes, I've played equivalent skies. The transmutation table, like it's a variant of what used to be called equivalent exchange. Not what was it called? Oh, there was one. There was another one in the past that was the same style where you started and you made cobblestone in sand and etc. etc. But let's see what we get in our builders crates. I wonder. Iridescent logs, basalt, sky blocks, arcane stone, a chisel. Okay, I'm actually impressed that it gave us stuff that isn't chisels, because as far as I can tell, it usually gives us chisels. Agrarian skies. No. I'm actually thinking about one that was based around Project E, based around equivalent exchange. So we've got 2 wyvern chisels now. Yay. Well, that was naughty of you. So now we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ag! Yes. Oh, what was it called? It was the old school. It was the old school one. It was the one where you could cheese it by building an apple tree and then just duping bone meal forever. Dang it. No. And then we do another 3 here. But yeah, oh, what was it called? He made a pretty. Sure, I'll come visit. I'm pretty young though, so I think I'm stuck because I'm not that smart when it comes to like thing. Just sort of work through JEI slowly. Well, it's certainly a lot prettier than my island. It's certainly a lot prettier than my island, I will give you that. Now we have Forgiving Void. As long as you don't do stupid, you land with 1/2 heart every time. Need to claim the chunk your mystical ground is in, or else bushes won't grow properly. Yeah. Kink of server play. Yeah, this is a really nice looking little island. I'm impressed. Is an open server I'd like to join if my PC can handle this pack? Yeah, it's an open server. It's the Fried the Bees server. So if you go to the Fried the Bees Discord, which I can link for you. I believe I can link for you. You can join the Discord. It's run by Mr. Electrified Bees. It's a Patreon supported server, but it is free to play for members of the public. But yeah, so it's a nice, quiet little mod pack. Nice, quiet little server at the moment. But yeah. I do need a bit more arcane stone. Actually, the reward bags helped because they got me a bit of arcane stone. Yep, it's on the Twitch launcher 6tie. It's called Mystical Skies. It's just, I get most of my mod packs off the Twitch launcher, to be fair. I've got 6 gigabytes assigned to it, and it runs pretty smooth on the server. There's a little bit of lag on the server, but that's because I'm in the UK and it's an Australian-based server, so there's a little bit of server lag. Apparently I've got 18 completed quests, of which... Weird, it doesn't want to auto-complete these quests. How very odd. So out of all of these quests, it's just food crates, is it? Is it just not complete the ones that only give you food crates? Food crate, food crate. Yeah, it looks like it doesn't auto-complete the ones that just give you food crates. Which, to be fair, I think is quite nice, because if it just gives you a food crate, it auto-opens the food crate. Which would lead to your inventory getting stuffed with food crates. Stuffed with different kinds of food. Huh, that's kind of nice. If you've got the RAM to spare, yeah. Aussie, 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 oi, 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 Aussie, oi, Aussie, oi, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Isn't it easy to entertain the Welsh? You have done inner arts. You have crafted any variety of bauble. I take it you opened a cosmetics chest. So I'm wondering, if I do, like, this, can I get it to... No, it just goes sideways. Okay, fair enough. So we then buzz this on quickly. And then last section, and we need just, I think, like, a few more. And we can get this built, and then we'll have enough golden leaves then to do the whole thing. So we're going to get into Nature's Aura, which appears to be kind of like a weird Botania clone, which is interesting. Very interesting indeed. So Salnexia has gone with the kind of like, I'm not going to make a massive amount of progress quickly, I'm just going to build. Which is very good. Like, Salnexia has made a very pretty island already. I've gone with the, I'm going to make a monstrosity. I'm going to make a monstrosity of an island and just basically add random geometric shapes together. But I'm going to make progress in the mod pack, which is my usual approach, is I produce these horrific islands. Sky Factory specific rules. No, that's Sky Factory specific for Sky Factory 4. Hey, Koga! See, this is actually far prettier than I'd normally build an island arc. Normally, Dark, when I build an island, I literally just build a completely flat cobblestone platform. But because I'm streaming this, I kind of want to make it a little bit prettier than that. So let's go to like here and go 1, 2, 3, 4. Then like, let's try 1, 2, 3, 4. Ender lilies don't need water nearby. They just take a hugely long time to grow. They just take an absolutely stupidly long time to grow. Love how I just keep taking half a heart every time I put down one of these lamps. I mean, I'm being stupid as well, because like what I could do is just go like... Dang it. It's going to be interesting to see how Sanexia's island kind of progresses, basically. Because Salnexia is definitely someone who can build a prettier base than me. So it's going to be interesting to watch his base progress and become pretty. Right, so central block 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what do we? Your builder's comp entry is absolutely insane. And then 2 and 2. So basically there, 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 and there. And then we need to go and get some more gold leaf dust. Your builder's comp entry is insane. That giant, like, the giant castle thing. Yeah. Yeah, the giant tower of doom. So we can then build this, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. We've got that set up. We now just need the thing from the center, which is a sapling. So the question then becomes, what sapling does it want us to grow? Create wooden stands. Together with the ritual knowledge of tokens can be gained. Wooden figurines depicting key emotions created from trees infused with their respective symbols. These figurines contain a combination of the vast power of the aura itself and the power of emotions they represent. Going forward, these tokens will be the key constructing ingredients. Hey, Nathan. Creating the token of joy, infused with items that spark joy found in nature, exploration, and beauty. So a torch, a bottle of sunlight. You collect ore in the manner can be automated easily by using dispensers. For instance, in normal world, ore can be gathered in the form of sunlight, while in the nether, ore can be gathered in the form of ghosts. Putting empty bottles and corks. So I need a bottle and a cork to gather bottled sunlight. Iron, apple, gold leaf, a flower of some variety, and a torch gets us a token of joy. Token of fear, token of anger, token of sorrow. And all of these require oak saplings in the center. So we need a torch. And we need bottle and cork, bottle and cork. Bottle and cork. So we need to make a glass bottle. And then we make some bottle and corks. And then we need to sleep so that it's daytime. Yeah, but it's one of those things where you always have to adjust to bottled sunlight. So we've got torches, we've got bottled sunlight, we need iron ingots, which I should be able to make easily enough. And you, my friend, Mr. Crystal, can go here with your 2000. And you, Mr. Crystal, And this is why I want 2 crystals, because if I take this crystal and pop it in here, I can then grab some more dust from my automated dust farm. And we can charge up this crystal. So we can have our crystals on like a repeating cycle. Actually, I tell you what, I might be able to put these in a drawer successfully. Let's see. Yes, I can put them in a drawer successfully. Lovely. So we've got bottled sunlight, we've got bottled sunlight, we've got torches, we need 3 iron ingots, or an iron ingot to start with. So an iron ingot, what else did we need? An apple, a gold leaf, and a flower. An apple, gold leaf, and then we need a flower. It's going to be interesting to get. There's a flower. So that was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be. Is it made by Not Hacks the Pack? Yes, it is. So, flower. Torch. Bottle of sunshine. And then apple. Iron ingot. Gold leaf. And then we need a piece of dirt and we can plant our sapling, and hopefully, it says buy fertilizer, so hopefully we can water the sapling to make this happen. Oop, I put my sapling away because I was trying to shift click it into my hotbar. Let's grab you. This is a ritual just to get the totem things that we supposedly need. So, theoretically, let's double check. We have sapling, we have torch, sunlight, flower, orange tulip, white tulip, pink tulip, oxeye daisy. Yeah, we've got an oxeye daisy in the center. We've got an oxeye daisy over here. That's fine. So, theoretically, once this grows, I've never used this mod before, so I don't know what I'm doing. And I see sparklies happening. I see sparklies happening. It's eaten all the materials. And yes, we have totems. We have totems of joy. Nice. Lovely. So, nature's altar. Because now we should have unlocked... We've unlocked aura bottling. So, nature's altar. Oh my god, it's another multi-block structure. This game is all about the freaking multi-blocks. This game is all about the massive multi-blocks, which is great because we start on a sky island. Which makes building multi-blocks so freaking easy. And I didn't get a builder's crate, so I'm not going to get any arcane stone. Ooh, we got elevators, though. Nice. If only I could, you know, get down there and build a platform underneath. All the multi-blocks. So, nature's altar. A rudimentary yet effective way of collecting aura early on is the natural altar. After creating the setup shown on the following page, the altar will start slowly draining aura in the vicinity. However, it is not strong enough to cause major damage, making it only drain until there is none left in the area. The collected aura can then be used as shown on the following pages. Okay, so we need to use the ritual. So we need a token of joy, a gold leaf, 3 stone, and a gold ingot. Not hard. Creating goldstone bricks that are used in the natural altars and multi-block. That's not hard. Creating infused iron, a material blessed with the power of aura, allowing you to several magical items. Okay. And infused stone. So basically we can use the aura to infuse metal and stone. $60. It's pretty simple, really. Basically, if you want stuff to run while you're not on the server, be very, very careful and very, very limited with what you run. But it's kind of like if you're used to playing if you're used to playing solo, then it won't really affect you because you're not really going to be setting stuff up that's going to be running when you're not on the server because you're used to playing solo. And you're not going to be like insta kicked if you make a mistake or anything like that. We just try to make sure people are aware that we don't want people building massive, great big machines that are going to wreck the server. It's going to be a while before you get to the point where you have the ability to build massive, great big machines in this mod pack. I mean, this is the only automation I really have at the moment. This is not a mod pack that is nice to automation. And the server's going to be shutting down in 30 minutes, guys. So that's probably when I will call the stream, when the server does its restart. I'm glad that I can use the watering can to grow these trees, though. This makes this bit a lot easier than like having to constantly spam bone meal. I like how all I see is me chatting in the live stream. Stone, 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 gold, gold leaf, token of joy. Token of joy, gold leaf, stone, 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 gold ingot. That's right. Should we try that again? Oh, wait, is it... Well, no, even if it's based on true north, then I was right the first time. I need to put it this way around. Come on, grow tree. Why are you not working, ritual? I am confused as to why this ritual does not want to work. Is there something I am missing? I don't think so. 3 stone. Creating the natural altar using the ritual of the forest, which is the ritual we have set up. That is a token of joy. That's rough, dude. Nutrition is a pain sometimes. At some point soon, I'm going to be able to build an entire... I'm not sure why I can't do the Nature's Altar. I'm not sure what it is about me doing this that I'm doing wrong. Oh, Spice of Life was up... Oh, don't get me started on Spice of Life. Nature's Aura mod. I am confused why you do not choose to worky. Spice of Life was a big pain in the backside. It really was. It was not a well-designed mod in any way, shape, or form. Ooh. Okay, these are now auto-braking because this is full. Okay. So I'm not 100% sure really where I'm going to be able to... Like, I love the loot. I love the loot mob... the loot generator thing, because that's actually almost more efficient than a mob farm. And I'm sure it's kind of on the... Look at Discord chat, bruh. Discord chat, bruh. Oh! Okay, so we are actually on the map together. How far apart are we? So I'm at 250 minus 250, and you're at 750 minus 750. So we're only 500 blocks in each direction away from each other. That's cool. I can keep an eye on what Salnexi is doing. Check out his base from above. I really don't know what I'm doing wrong. Ritual of the Forest. Right, so... Oh! It uses up the gold dust! I completely missed that. It uses up the gold dust. That's why it's not doing it. I completely missed that it used all my gold dust up. Oh, that's a... Oh, that's painful, that is. Hey, Silverhunt, welcome to the stream. Server's shutting down in about 20 minutes, Silver, so we're going to call the stream when the server shuts down. Because I have been streaming now for a couple of hours, I think. I mean, we might not, but then it means kind of sitting and waiting for a while. Yeah, it uses up the gold dust. That's why it wasn't working. Wow, that's rough. How long have I been streaming for? Streaming for 3 hours. So, yeah. Salnexia. No, I've actually been streaming slightly longer than that. It only shows you the last 2 hours. I've been streaming for 2 hours, 58 minutes. Do. Altar. Gave us a chance cube again. I'm not opening the chance cubes. The chance cubes in this are terrible. Literally, I've been killed. I tried it on a single player world and I was killed by 5 out of 6 chance cubes. Am I allowed to stream on the server, or did you have to like apply? You're allowed to stream on the server if you want, dude. You can stream. No one minds if you stream on the server. So that gives us access to the beginning of Tinker's here. I don't know why we needed that for porcelain. That seems to be a weird thing. We've got some porcelain ingots in here. That gets us the porcelain quest complete. Gives us another random crate. Which is a cosmetics crate, which is going to go in the bin of the crates that we don't really need. Can even promote yourself in the stream promotions chat. Yes, there's a self-promotion chat on the Discord. If you are streaming, and you are a regular member of the Discord. So if you're turning up on the Discord, you are allowed to promote yourself in the Discord. Just don't at everyone. Just post a message saying you're streaming. It's not one of those. It's not a promotion chat where you're sort of supposed to at people when you do it. You just kind of post a message. Just go, I'm streaming. So we've now got into the start of melting metals, which means we could actually look at making a... Ooh, we could look at making enough porcelain. We could look at making enough porcelain to make a melter. And if we make enough porcelain to make a melter, we could... oh, what am I thinking? If we make enough porcelain to make a melter, we could melt down a pickaxe. Melt down enough stuff to make a pickaxe. If we melt down enough stuff to make a pickaxe, and we make a tinker's pickaxe, we could make a block breaker, which might allow me to automate the production of astral sorcery stone. The point of that is so you can find things. So if I come in here and I go iron, it highlights anything that's made of iron. So iron ore and iron ingots are highlighted. I do need some sort of automated thing. So let's have a look in you. You've got some more bits in you, and we can pop you off. Pick you out, put you in, put you down, and grab 3 stacks of mystical powder. 1, 2, 3. So even though we've got these 2 crystals running, our mystical powder generator is basically keeping up. So that's 1 crystal will run while the... I did not realise I'd left a gap there. My whole computer just froze, lol. I didn't know. Yeah, it's used for searching. That's why it blacks out everything that isn't kind of what you want. We've got 19 loot orbs, which is good. We can cook up some more iron. And what we will need to do is we'll need to plant another tree over here and infest it with... infest it with the bugs again. I should also look at automating my ender flame as well. We can infest it with the pretty gold brilliant fibers again. Just go bloop. There we go, that's infested. And we do want to kind of automate this setup. We might expand that outwards slightly. And see if we can't automate that. So, what we want is we want 1 of you. We then want 1 of you. Actually, no, we want 2 of you. Like so. And then we want porcelain. We want the melter, which means we need a tank and 3 more ingots. Regular Minecraft is pretty easy on survival, it's true. I tell you what, shall we do a little bit of a morb opening? Sugar, so that was a witch. That was an enderman. That was a zombie. Or a pigman, maybe. Enderman. Okay, so you can customize them into being specific mobs if you want. That was a very disappointing skeleton. Creeper. Possibly a ghast. Skeleton again. Slightly less disappointing skeleton because it gave us a couple of bones. That was a decent spider. Gave us a nice bunch of string and things. Another zombie. I'm just wondering if sort of like the chances of getting, say, a blaze. That's glowstone, so that's a witch again. Bone. Gunpowder. That's a stick, so that's a witch again. Okay, so witches seem pretty common. Gunpowder. So the gunpowder could be a ghast, a creeper, or a witch. Rotten flesh. Bone. Slimes. So we can actually get slime from loot mobs as well. From mob loot as well. That's interesting. So we can get all sorts of things from the mob orbs. That's very fascinating, actually. So we need an official tank. And then we can do that and pop in a couple of these. That's unfired, so we need to cook it. My dog sleeps with me at night. That's like individual choice, really. Like, there's nothing wrong with a dog sleeping with you. When it comes down to it, really. Kublai stone. And so I actually think what I'm going to do is probably take you. School's already over for you. Cool. It depends on where you are, really. And what age you are. Because, I mean, you could mean school's over as in you never have to do school again, or you could mean school over as if it's out for the day. But, yeah, I quite liked school as a kid. So 2 sources of gunpowder. See, the gunpowder is a little bit misleading because the gunpowder is like possibly up to 3 different things. So down, items, and that way. South items. We've got, yeah, so there we go. That will kind of help this not get jam-packed full of stuff. I mean, even to the extent that really these things charge faster than we really really use them. So it's got 500 in it. It maxes out at 1,700, so a couple of stacks. We have a lot of stone dust now. Okay, so porcelain melter. We're kind of running out of space at the moment, so I'm just going to pop it temporarily down on this little courtyard area here. So we have 7 days left. 7 days to die? It's interesting that you can shift-click items out of like furnaces and things. Like, you see this furnace has iron in it. If I shift-click, it gives me the iron from the furnace. So I don't even have to open the furnace to get the iron out of it. That's very interesting. It's an interesting mechanic that they've decided to have in there. Let's break down the lapis lazuli blocks just to save the space in there. So now what I can do with this stuff is I can melt it down into liquid clay, I believe. Patterns. Nope. Cast. Yeah, we can make clay casts. So if we have a look at the Tinkers section, now that we're into this, it wants us to make a porcelain casting table, actually. Wait, do you have a Discord server? Because if so, I'm joining. I do have a Discord server. It's very quiet, and I don't really use my own Discord server. You're welcome to join, but I don't really kind of. I'm not on my Discord server because I don't consider myself to be a YouTuber really. I just putter about and mess about and don't really spend a huge amount of time or effort doing anything really. Need to make a bit more cobblestone. Actually, I'm going to be lazy and just make cobblestone using this stuff. So it now wants us to make a stone bucket, a stone pickaxe head, a stone shovel head, a stone axe head, and a stone shovel head. So it wants us to make a stone pickaxe head, shovel head, axe head. I'm also going to need a stone binding and a stone tool rod. And it wants me to make a stone bucket as well. Like so. And then it wants me to make a clay cast for each one of these. So that's fine. We've got clay on us. But what I actually want to do is I actually want to, instead of making sort of focusing on making a clay cast, I need to be daytime so that my things will work. Oh, it's blood moon, so I can't sleep. In which case, I'm going to go and pester Salnexia. I'm just going to go and see what Salnexia's up to. He's going to drop into the void again, isn't he? Oh, so you've made yourself... Oh, you're going with spruce saplings. Nice. And then you're... Ooh, I like the kind of almost like chisel-esque element you've got going on here. How much stone have you got left? Ooh, your platform's one thick, that's why. My entire platform is double thick, which is why I've run out of stone. But yes, you've gone with the spruce saplings, and I like the chiseled... It's almost starting to look a little bit, not Deep Space Nine, a little bit kind of like, kind of like Star Trek cross, a little bit of Battlestar Galactica style-y, or maybe Babylon style-y. So Salnexia's built a prettier platform than me. That I will not deny. Just going to water Salnexia gently. Just give Salnexia a little watering. It's fine. I'm an odd human being. So, yes, we were waiting for the lava to be done. Or waiting for the sky to be done. Oh, actually, I can just steal this lava. That makes sense. So I actually don't care too much about the quests at the moment. As far as kind of like the casts and making the things from the quests. Because I can make buckets from iron. I don't really know why it wants me to make specifically a bucket cast. Because like I can make buckets. So we can use this to make a bucket cast. And then we can use the bucket cast to make an iron or a clay bucket out of 3 ingots. But I can just craft a bucket out of 3 ingots. So I'm really not sure why it wants me to do that. It crashed on chance cubes. It may be that your computer can't handle the mod pack. It's not a massively chunky mod pack, but I don't know, dude. It's going to melt down the clay and we're going to make this. And we're not going to worry too much about the quest because I'm actually going to make this one and the other one because I think I should be able to make an auto miner. Because I'll need a little bit of iron, but that's fine because we've got iron being mined anyway. And actually, you might run out of space at some point. But we need 1, 2, 3, 4 iron, I believe. It's interesting that it just places the crystal in the air right in front of you. But it'll do. And then we want to melt down some iron. And we'll do our last cast that we need. And we can make an iron pick. And with the iron pick, we should be able to make an auto miner. I should hire Salnexia just to make my base pretty. Would that be terrible of me? Would it be terrible to kind of like hire someone else to make my base look nice? There we go, we've got that melted. So we want an iron tool rod. An iron binding. And once this is melted, we'll make ourselves an iron diddly doddle. Diddly doodle, thingadabob. Whatchamacallits. Yep, it's going to slowly start filling up with these. That's what I've been looking to do in BP. You've been looking for someone to pretty up your base, or you've been looking to pretty up someone else's base while they do the tech? Resource Hunt X. Resource Hunt, is that you, Sibba? No, that's not Sibba. That is Silver. Ah, that's Silver. Fair. So now I should be able to make an all-iron pick. Which, some of these quests are slightly odd, that it wants you to make an all-iron pick and things like that. So that's actually a quest, is to make an all-iron pick. Which is a terrible pick. This is a terrible tinker's pick. Like, it doesn't look that bad, but compared with if you had like a wooden handle and things like this, that would be far better. So, I should, however, with this iron pick, should be able to make a basic block miner. So I'm missing a dispenser. That's easy enough to make. We just need to make a dropper. And we have plenty of string now, thanks to the mob orbs. And then we need mossy stone, which we can make using our essence. Then we can make a block miner. And I don't think the block miner requires... I don't think the block miner requires us to... No, it doesn't. The block miner just mines blocks. So if I grab one of my wooden hoppers and I say, require a redstone signal, please, and I break this, put a block here, shift click there, and then actually I can just do that. I do need to be under here. So I need to get myself one of my chesty crates. One of these, because these don't need to be opened. So I put this in here, and then I just give it a bunch of cobblestone, like that. Take cobblestone out, then give it the cobblestone back again. Take cobblestone out, and then give it the cobblestone back again. And then I turn this on. Ah! Whoops. Not cobblestone, arcane stone. My bad. If I do this. Yeah, it's now gathering arcane stone for me. Infinite arcane stone. Infinite arcane stone. And this is a double chest worth of slots. That doesn't need to have a free space above it to open it. Yeah, server's about to shut down. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I have been the Gaming Droid. This has been Modern Skyblock. This hasn't been Modern Skyblock 3. This has been Mystical Skies, and I will see you all in another stream. Bye-bye, everybody.